All right. Welcome to Physical Friday number 4. Doing great. Doing awesome. This is one that I use a lot. Um, I've been talking about going to the hotel gym, but honestly, between you and me, I don't really like going to the hotel gym. I don't really like going to any gym. I like working out outside. I really do. And so typically, I'll go to the hotel gym if I'm bored, if I want a little variation, or if I'm in an unsafe place. But mostly, I'm probably going to head straight down to the parking lot. So, parking lot is one of my favorite places to get a workout in. And a hotel parking lot works really nicely for this. So, let's talk about a couple of ways that you can get an awesome workout, maybe even better than what you're going to get at home, in a hotel parking lot with zero equipment. Okay. So, you always have these parking lines in the parking lot, and you usually have big open areas with these lines that are measured off at whatever they are. But there's some way that you can, just have a marker down. And so when I go to let's say something like a Hampton Inn or a Best Western or whatever you're staying at on the road, usually behind the hotel is open, and you might have the way they build these parking lots, they kind of have these little concrete islands or these things that kind of break up the parking lot. You might have 6 or 7 parking places between these two little concrete little islands with a tree planted in it or whatever. And this is a great one because if all those are open, it lends itself really nicely to a little running workout that I like to do in the hotel parking lot, suicide sprints. And you probably know suicide sprints from playing basketball or wrestling as a kid, equally as effective as an adult and really awesome. They require zero thinking, they require zero equipment, and basically just a little open space. The parking lines come in handy because they are where you're going to turn around. So a suicide sprint, if you don't remember, what you're going to do is you're going to start on one. Let's say we're going to start right by that little concrete island that I was going to talk about, and let's say there's 6 parking places um, between there and the next one. So you're going to run to the first line across one parking place, and then turn around and run back to the line you're standing on. Then you're going to run 2 lines, touch the line, then back to the line you're standing on, then run 3 lines back to the line you're standing on, then 4, then 5, then 6, and then you're sprinting the whole way, and then you take a little break. Okay. What I like to do, a little interval training, is kind of get a time on how long it takes you to do that particular little 6-line sprint or 10-line sprint or 2-line sprint, whatever you're doing. And then I like to do a 1-to-1 rest to work ratio. So let's just say it takes you a minute to do this suicide sprint for the size parking lot you're in. So I'm going to do it and I'm going to try to get in under a minute, and then I'm going to rest for a minute. And again, you have 2 ways you can do this. You can say, I'm going to do this 15 times. Or you can say, I've got 30 minutes and I need to get back to the room, take a shower, and be down for that breakfast meeting at a certain time. So I've got 30 minutes. So what you're going to do is as many of these suicide sprints as you can in 30 minutes. Suicide sprint, that's an awesome one. You're using the parking lot. You're using the lines that are on the parking lot. Can't be easier. You need zero equipment except for your running shoes that you brought with you. Okay. And a clock, I guess. So that's it. Another one, which is a little bit more official, I guess, is something that's called the beep test. And the beep test is also called the 20-meter multi-stage fitness test. And this is a test that's used throughout sports, throughout high schools, throughout colleges, throughout the world to test fitness. And it's very simple. It's usually done in a gym. And what you're going to want to do is go to the article that we have today on this particular episode, and there'll be an article there that will have a link to a video. It's a YouTube video, and it's the one that I use every time. And I will just put on my headphones, and I'll just play this video, and it will beep and tell you exactly what to do. So here's how the fitness test works, and it's used. This is used by all kinds of people to measure your VO2 max, how much your maximum oxygen uptake. So it's basically a shuttle run, and you're going to go down 20 meters and back, and it's going to beep. And the first one, you could almost walk it. The second one, you're gonna need to do 2, and then you do 3, and then you do 4. And the standard test has 21 levels, and most people don't make it that far. So it gets progressively harder and harder, and all you have to do is follow the instructions. And when you can no longer keep up with the beeps, the test is over. I like this for a couple of reasons. It's short and quick, and then it offers you a great way to compare yourself to next time or last time, right? So if you got 16 rounds or 14 rounds or 12 rounds or whatever you get, then it gives you an opportunity to try to beat that. So again, we've talked about it a number of times. Your journal, super important. You went on this trip to Oklahoma, stayed in the Hampton Inn, you did the beep test in the parking lot, and this is what you got. Okay. So now when you go to the hotel, you're traveling, you go to a hotel in North Carolina, similar type parking lot, you measure off your 20 meters and do the beep test, and you can see if you're getting better or worse, or if you have any improvement at all. All right. So you don't have to do, there's lots of stuff you can do in a parking lot, but parking lot lends itself often to kind of these shuttle runs or sprints or something. Here's another format that you can use. You can have 2 parking places. So if you have 2 parking places, you can start on one line. You're going to run across the one line to the other line. So that's, you cover 2 parking places. And you could do 10 burpees on one side. You could do 10 sit-ups or 10 push-ups on the other side. So you do 10 burpees, you run over to the other side, you do 10 push-ups. You'll run back and you do 9 burpees. You run back and you do 9 push-ups. You run back and you do 8, and you keep doing this 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's a cool format and something that is very easy to remember, very easy to do, 0 equipment. You don't even need a clock for that one. Just do it. And another thing that you can do in parking lots, oftentimes there'll be some sort of a bench nearby, and you can incorporate box jumps or step ups onto into these workouts. You could sprint, 4 parking places and then come back and do 10 box jumps, and you could do that 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 format, where the first time you do 10 box jumps, you'll run down and back, then you do 9, then you down and back, and then you do 8, and down and back, and then 7, all the way down to 1. And if that's not enough for you, then you can go back up to 10. So you go 10 to 1 and then 1 to 10. And you can incorporate all kinds of things, not just box jump and sprint. You could do box jumps and push-ups. You can do box jumps and lunges. You can do box jumps and any kind of thing like that. I'll do sometimes, I'll put 2 movements together. If I find a bench in a parking lot or nearby a parking lot, or you're in a park, what's called a burpee box jump. So you drop down and do a burpee, and you jump up onto the box to conclude the rep, and then you jump off, do a burpee, jump back on. So you're really doing a burpee with a big jump at the end. I'll do 10 burpee box jumps, 20 push-ups, 30 squats, and then I'll run around the entire parking lot, and I'll do that 5 times. That's a good workout. So if you get tired of the hotel gym costs money, hotel gym's all broken, the hotel gym's too crowded, or you're like me, you just prefer to be outside, just go right out to the parking lot, and you can do that. Of course, You can also incorporate so many of these other things that we've talked about. You could do the deck of cards workout in the parking lot. I take a hotel towel all the time. Take a hotel towel, lay it out in the parking lot, and do the deck of cards workout right there. And then, you can add these sprints. You can do a suicide sprint for every joker. You can do a run around the parking lot for every joker. You can do box jumps for every joker. Do all kinds of things. So whether it's doing some sort of a shuttle run or a suicide sprint or the beep test or something like the deck of cards, hotel parking lot is an excellent place to do it. Fresh air, not crowded, no weird people, and you can just get your workout in, get back to your room, get about your business. Done. You did it. It's over. You got everything you needed to do in a day. You got it all accomplished right there in the hotel parking lot. No excuses. All right. That is Physical Friday for this week. Stay tuned for another one coming up. We're closing in. We're about halfway finished with this hotel series, and then we got other stuff to cover. So if you're liking this, hit me up with an email. Let me know. Let me know that you like it, because I have no idea. I'm just responding to some questions that people asked and trying to provide a good show. I hope you like it. If you do, let me know. If this is valuable to you, I'd like to know that. Podcast@saltwaterexperience.com. Until next week, get after it and do not miss that workout. No excuses. See you.